Hey y'all, so before we get into today's workout, I wanted to talk a little bit about why I'm doing this and why I'm targeting my videos toward the specific audience of middle-aged to later-aged women. So I study kinesiology at the University of Tennessee, and something that I've studied that really stuck out to me is physical activity epidemiology, which focuses on physical activity as a medicinal intervention as well as injury prevention, which is very, very critical for women. And I'll get into that because premenopausal and menopausal women stop having naturally flowing estrogen through their bodies, which leads to the bones slowly breaking down over time. And the only way to really counteract this is regular physical activity, which includes not only cardiovascular health, but as well as resistance training, which is key to maintaining bone density and preventing injuries. And the reason why I'm so passionate about this is because I've worked as a physical therapy technician for the past few years, and I've seen such an incredible amount of women coming into the clinic with detrimental hip fracture injuries. Hip fractures are very common in postmenopausal women because their bones are breaking down and fracture very easily, and they don't have the information or accessibility to physical activity to properly counteract that. So that is why I'm making a small step to try and make physical activity more accessible to this age group and accessible to all age groups. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so once again we're going to start with HIIT to get our heart rates going up, and this time we're going to go a little bit more low impact today to give the knees a break and give jumping a break as well. And we're going to have a little
soul sky high when your loving starts. A jitterbug into my brain goes a bang, bang, bang until my feet do the same. But something's bugging me, something ain't right. My best friend told me what you did last night. Left me sleeping in my bed. I was dreaming, but I should have been with you instead. Wake me up before you go, go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. Wake me up before you go, go. I don't wanna miss you when you hear that high. Wake me up before you go, go. Cause I'm not planning on going solo. Wake me up before you go, go. Take me dancing tonight. I wanna hit that high. Yeah, yeah. You get the gray skies out of my way. You make the sun shine brighter than the darkest day. You turn a blood spark into a flame. My beats per minute never been the same. Cause you're my lady and I'm your fool. Makes me crazy when you act so cruel. Come on baby, let's not fight. We'll go dancing and everything will be alright. Wake me up before you go, go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. Wake me up before you go, go. I don't wanna miss you when you hear that high. Wake me up before you go, go. Cause I'm not planning on going solo. Wake me up before you go, go. Take me dancing tonight. Before you go, go. I wanna hear that high. My beats per minute never been the same. You turn a bright spark into a flame. You make the sun shine brighter every day. You get the gray skies out of my way. Cuddle up baby, moving tight. We'll go dancing tomorrow night. It's cold out there but it's warm in bed. They can dance but we'll stay home instead. Wake me up before you go, go. Don't you dare to leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. Before you go, go. I don't wanna miss you when you hear that high. Wake me up before you go, go. Cause I'm not planning on going solo. Wake me up before you go, go. Take me dancing tonight. I
next we're going to focus on our upper bodies, and you don't have to use dumbbells if you don't want to, or you could use filled plastic water bottles, which weigh about 1.5 pounds each, or soup cans, which weigh about 1 pound each, whichever you prefer. Alright, so first we're going to start with a hammer curl, thumbs facing the sky, add a step touch. For our next one, palms facing the sky, we're going to go up, out, up, down, in, down. That's up, out, up, down, in, and down. Let's go. Alright, so for the chorus, we're going to do the same thing every time. We're going to chug the train, we're going to stir the pot. Here we go. And stir. Chug. Really squeeze those shoulder blades when you go back. And stir the pot the other direction. Now, arms over your head, we're going to do triceps. Get ready for another chorus. And chug. And stir. Front raise, side raise, side raise. Alright, next, we're going to arm circle to the end. And switch. And switch.
Hey guys,
good job.
and when I'm off the
So for our final video, we're going to focus a little bit more on balance and our overall core strength. And balance is really, really important to incorporate into your exercise, especially later in life, because the number one way to prevent injury later in life is balance exercises and preventing the fall altogether. So let's get started. It'll be a little bit difficult at first, but the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. Alright, so we're going to start with a slow standing crunch. Really squeeze at the top of each crunch and focus on your balance.
Every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I've been watching you. Every single day, every word you say, every game you play, every night you stay, I've been watching you.
Okay, now move onto the floor and you're going to get into plank position onto your hands and hold it.
And how my poor heart aches with every step you take.
Now swing your body back into downward dog with your torso swung behind your shoulders.
Every smile you fake, every claim you stake, I'll be watching you.
And go back into plank position on your hands.
Since you gone, I've been lost without a trace. I dream at night, I can only see.
Now swing back into downward dog.
You I can't replace. I feel so cold and alone.
And return to plank position. This time, as you hold your plank, you're going to rotate your knees up towards your opposite elbow. And you're finished. Go ahead and give your abs a stretch before we continue.
Oh, how my poor heart aches with every step you.
Now swing your body back into downward dog position.
And every vow you break, every smile you fake, every claim you stake, I'll be watching.
And return to a plank on your hands. And this time, instead of pulling your knees up, you're going to kick your heels back along with the beat.
I'll be watching you. I'll be watching you.
And you're finished. Go ahead and give those abs a stretch.
I'll be watching.
And pull back into child's pose. And go ahead and finish off with one last ab stretch, and we are complete.